Team action for the Old Days. Menomonie for the Mustangs. It's now the Old Days basket. Paisley Brush and Kaya Durnick for the Old Days. For the Mustangs, Henley Greeley and Kylie Brandenburg returning to the game. Paisley Brush, second ball, team third. Breaking up from Los Angeles for the Old Days, Addison Schrader and Stella Brennan. Listed down for the Old Bears. Emma Blake checking in. Listed down for basketball. Samantha Munson break for the Old Eagles for the Mustangs. Bringing you back, Maddie Sutherland. Iowa Vincent also in the game. Mustangs, 30-second timeout call. Paisley Price from Memorial, along with Calista Dow. For the Mustangs, checking in, Candy Green and Kylie Brandenburg. Samantha Watson-Gray and Addison Trader checking in. Schofield for the Mustangs. Morgan Benetti. Kate Schofield, first all team second for the Mustangs. All days, full timeout call. Morgan Panetti, second foul, team third for the Mustangs. Brandenburg returning as well. Second off, team four for the Mustangs. Reagan Newpath, now in the eight. Listed out front.
Mic check, check, check. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z.
Twisted out, second foul, team first for the Old A's. Casey Price for Memorial. Dunbar, Utah, and Sutherland for the Mustangs. Samantha Munson Gray, along with Menomonie for Memorial.
dance floor you can try to get on? Nope.
is where the game is at tonight at Memorial. Hello, everybody, and live from the Eagles Nest, it's Eau Claire Memorial Old Abe girls basketball. Today, the Memorial Old Abes will take on the Menomonie Mustangs. For the Old Abes, they're coming in flying high after an 82-21 thumping of the North Huskies just a few days ago. They will go up against a Menomonie team, though, that has won 6 straight. I'm Derek Montesano with your coverage of today's Memorial girls basketball game. For the Menomonie Mustangs, currently sitting 4th in the BRC, like I said, have won 6 straight games. That includes all of their conference wins, of which being Chi-High, North, and New Richmond over that span. They sit 3-3 in the conference, having beaten those 3, but losing to what I would really consider the contenders for the BRC title this year. Teams like Hudson and River Falls, they have failed to beat. So middle of the pack seems to very fit them. Not as bad as some of the teams towards the bottom, but not quite as good as some of these teams. The question will be if they can punch one step above and defeat an Eau Claire Memorial team that is undefeated in the conference so far. A perfect 5-0, including a big win against River Falls last Friday. That being a buzzer beater from Ava McCarthy to give them the big win. 8-3 overall, have gone through a little bit of a, I wouldn't really consider rough stretch, just a stretch of tough competition. They had number 5 in Division I Waunakee and number 8 Appleton East, of which they both lost to by double digits. Some tough challenge over the last little bit. It was nice to see them get a bounce back complete domination win against North in the doghouse. For them, they've got another chance to take another conference win, improve that conference record. That is going to be oh so important down the stretch here, as they've got both Hudson and Rice Lake on their tail this season. Memorial Rice Lake Hudson is going to be the race for the conference title from the back end of the year. So these games right here matter a ton for Memorial. These games against middle of the pack teams that could potentially upset Rice Lake and Hudson. If they can take this one and then eventually sweep Menomonie in Menomonie, that would be a great place to be. Well, nearing the opening tip-off of today's game, about 90 seconds away from the end of warm-ups. Memorial, again, their losses this year haven't been to super easy opponents. I mentioned Waunakee and Appleton East earlier. Their only other loss, game 1 of the season, a 11-point loss to Stevens Point. The second year in a row they lost to Stevens Point in game 1. Which it's hard to really tell much from game 1. It's coaches trying to figure out what system they want as far as they can really be concerned. They're just trying to figure everything out. Alright, well, I'll step aside when I come back. It's Eau Claire Memorial girls basketball. Coming up next, the starting lineups and the tip-off. You're watching Eau Claire Memorial girls basketball.
produced by public schools. We also request parents keep an eye on your kids, monitor their movement during the contest, know where they're at all times. And now to honor America and those defending our freedom, we ask those who are able to please stand, remove your hats, and place your hand over your heart. To the playing of our national anthem. And now let's hear our starting lineups for tonight's game along with our officials. First of all, introducing the visiting Menomonie Mustangs. Getting the start tonight, junior number 1, Gracie Miller. Sophomore number 4, Maya Rumslot. Junior 23, Andy Marvell. Junior 24, Jordan Owen. And a senior number 44, Reese Clark-Mack. Head coach is Paris Watson, your Mustangs from Menomonie. And now introducing the home team, your Oakland Memorial Old Age Starters. Starting tonight, a senior number 2, Rhea Shaw. Sophomore number 3, Laura Quinn. A freshman number 5, Ava McCarthy. Senior number 21, Cora Grimm. And a sophomore number 24, Ava Lecton. Head coach is Brandon Fanning, your Memorial Old Age Starters.
So those are your starting lineups and your national anthem prior to this game. National anthem and that music provided to you today by some members of the DeLong Middle School Band along with members of the Old Age Pep Band. They are both working in sync for today's music selection. All right, here we go from the Eagles' Nest. Nora Kling at center court, matched up against Reese Barfnecht for Menomonie. Ball is up in the air, and it's tipped back to Ava McCarthy, and we are underway. McCarthy to Kling. Kling drives into the paint, goes up for her, had the ball ripped away from her, and they're going to say Menomonie ball. Kling lost the handle on it. She tried to drive through the lane, something she excels at mainly, but did not fail. Full court press works in the favor of the Old Age. Ball on the floor as Ava Hoytomp tipped it. It'll be a held ball situation. It'll stay with Menomonie. That full court press by Memorial, they run it all the time, and it works, is the simple fact. They did it very well against North. A lot of steals in that game as they are able to force another turnover right there. Jordan Oman, the junior, loses the handle on the ball, and it goes out on the far sideline. So Memorial's got another crack at the offense before Menomonie's really crossed half court. McCarthy, left wing. To Kling, top of the key. Kling goes to Shaw. Shaw, Cora Graham under pressure. Back to Shaw. Cora Graham on the right wing. Into the paint. Kling spins off her defender. Puts up a shot. Rolls off the side rim. And the rebound gathered by Mia Ramza. Steal now, Raya Shaw. Raya Shaw up the floor. Puts up a layup. No. Offensive rebound. Cora Graham. And she puts it in for the first points of the game. Cora Graham starts this game off right for the Old Abes. And now we're going to get a travel here on Jordan Ullman. That's what this Old Abe full court press will do to you. We're not even a minute in. I think Menominee's committed 3 turnovers already. Menominee's going to have it's going to be a hard game for Menomonie to win if they're unable to successfully get into the Memorial backcourt. Raya Shaw across to Cora Graham. Graham surveying the floor. Now will start to dribble. Drives in the right block. Puts up a shot. No. But she was fouled in the process. It'll be Reese Barfnecht on the foul for Menomonie. And a couple of shots for Cora Graham at the line.
Reese Barfnecht on the foul. Team first.
And Graham's first shot rattles out. No. So, not shooting-wise, Memorial created numerous chances right now. The fact that they only have 2 is the shocking part. Now, granted, that's definitely going to change if this game continues how it is. Second one short from Cora Graham, but she gets her own rebound. To McCarthy, into the corner, Raya Shaw. Shaw pounds it in the paint, puts up a layup, and she gets the friendly roll from the front rim. Abe's up 4. Menomonie get a successful inbound to Jordan Ullman, who loses the handle and rolls off the foot of Cora Graham. Now Ullman under double team, and we're gonna have a timeout taken by Menomonie. It's 4-0 Old Abes right now, but Menomonie have, I think, crossed half court once so far in that first half. It has been all Old Abes for the first 94 seconds of this game. And still, it's only 4-0. If Memorial had just capitalized on a few more of their chances, this game could very easily be 8-0. Right now, Menomonie are very lucky to be where they are and still be having a fighting chance. A change will be made by Menomonie as they will send in Mariana Ramirez, a freshman, into the game. That's number 3 out there. Jordan Ullman under a double team. Finds the outlet. Up top, 3 on the way. Oh, that's Mia Ramsos. Puts it in, and it's a 4-3 ball game. Raya Shaw up the floor. And she tried to throw it back out to the top of the key, but she traveled. And Menomonie got a shot, and they took advantage of it. Ramsos put the ball in the hoop. And now once Menomonie begins to really figure out this full court press, if they continue shooting how they just did, Memorial could be in trouble. Ramsos needs an outlet. Finds it in Jordan Ullman. Ullman guarded by Shaw. Dribbling around, spins off Shaw, drives into the paint, puts up an awkward layup, and doesn't fall. Rebound grabbed by Raya Shaw. Shaw, lead feed to McCarthy. McCarthy, Cora Graham, into the corner now, Katie Toutant. Cora Graham. Now to Nora Kling, they keep cycling through this offense. Kling, a spin around jumper, and she gets it all. Nice play by Nora Kling there in the paint, spinning around and getting the fadeaway shot to fall. Ullman tried to find a path through, throws it into the middle for Mariana Ramirez. She couldn't really get a clean grasp on it, so it was tipped out of bounds in the paint. Actually, they're gonna get a foul on Katie Toutant there. So Memorial, their first foul of the game. It'll be an inbound for Gracie Miller. Miller lobs it into no man's land, and Jordan Ullman's got to run and go grab it. Ullman still looking. Trying to find an option. Now picks up the dribble. Needs to bounce it underneath Miller. She finds the extra pass, but unable to fit. It was Emmy Marlett. I think that ball was actually tipped on its way to the hoop. So ball went wide. It's Memorial basketball after it went out of bounds on baseline. As Kling will walk the ball up the floor. Kling immediately speeds up, goes into the paint, puts up a layup. It's an air ball. Offensive rebound though for Memorial. Thrown up to Lydia Palmier. Katie Toutant now to the free throw line. Ava McCarthy, and they're going to get a foul here on what looks to be Gracie Miller, and it is. So Gracie Miller, her first and the team's second for Menomonie. Lydia Palmier right in front of some Memorial supporters just across the way. McCarthy. Back to Palmier near the logo. Toutant, they cycle it all the way to the near side for Veronica Fesenmeyer. Nora Kling into the paint. Ava McCarthy thought about the three. Now she drives in. Katie Toutant now outside. To McCarthy. Memorial working the offense now. Kling, they can't seem to find a way through. Now Kling finds a way through, but she can't finish it off. And the ball will go out of bounds. Unable to be held in by Mariana Ramirez. It'll stay Memorial ball. Great defensive sequence from the Mustangs. They're just keeping the Memorial offense at bay. Memorial is very good once they're able to find a path into the paint. Kling gets double teamed, squirms at three. McCarthy a three, and she nails it. Ava McCarthy the three, and it's a 9-3 ball game. Omen now is guarded by Katie Toutant. Out there, Omen able to sneak by Toutant into the paint. Gets locked down, and we're gonna get a foul here. And it's gonna be on Toutant. It is a shooting foul. That's her second. She's taken all the fouls so far for the Old Aids. And Omen makes her first shot. Jordan Omen, a 5'9" junior for this Menomonie team, which is actually one of the older members of this team. Not a lot of seniors on this roster, as she breaks the second one off the back rim, and Raya Shaw comes away with it to McCarthy. McCarthy, wide open layup, and she puts in the two. Reese Barfnecht. To Ramirez. Ramirez at the free throw line has picked up the dribble. She needs an outlet in Omen. Here's Jordan Omen. Sneaks by Shaw. Has a pass to the paint and is able to just sneak it over the rim. And now Menomonie beginning to run a full court press on Memorial. Ava McCarthy though breaks it to Raya Shaw. Raya Shaw to Cora Graham. Graham. Hand off to McCarthy in the paint. Lost her handle on it. She has to recycle it. Back to the middle. Fesenmeyer couldn't put it in. And Menomonie the other way. Pass underneath. Barfnecht couldn't get a hold on it, but it falls right to Omen. Jordan Omen's effort doesn't fall. Another offensive rebound. Back out to Barfnecht. Ramirez begins to slow things down. She'll hand it off now to Gracie Miller. Barfnecht on the right wing, surveying the floor. Now to Omen. Omen trying to sneak by Shaw, could not do it. Now a left wing three, doesn't fall for Miller. Offensive rebound Barfnecht, but she traveled on it. So the travel by Barfnecht in the paint will give Memorial the basketball and end the Menomonie attack that looked so promising for them. For Memorial right now, it's been the opposite end of the ball game we tend to know them for. They tend to put up a lot of points, but very unknown stats. Their holding teams of 45 points per game, and now As Menomonie tries to run a full court press, a foul is going to be called on Mia Ramzos. Mia holding opponents to 45 points per game. They held North to 8 in the first half and just 21 overall in their most recent matchup. And we're going to get an offensive foul here on Memorial. Raya Shaw gets called for it. So that gives Menomonie the basketball. Currently trailing by 5, but they've controlled the pace over this last little bit. Both teams have begun to run full court presses. Memorial has done it numerous times. Menomonie's copying them. Omen to Barfnecht. Reese Barfnecht puts up a floater and it doesn't go. Rebound scrambled for and Cora Graham comes away with it for the Old Abe. Raya Shaw with a quick break the other way. Shaw to the near side. A 3 from Abby Larson doesn't go. And Menomonie quickly up the floor. Stretch pass to Lauren Omen. And Lauren Omen got a return feed from Mia Ramzos, but lost the handle on it. And Memorial the ball right in front of their own bench. 11:30 left here in this first half of play. This game has seemed to have steadied out. Beginning, remember, Menomonie's coming on a game win streak. Gave a Hoyt-Tomt underneath the hoop with an easy 2 points. And Memorial extends their lead. Here's Omen. Bounce pass is rejected by Kling. Bounce pass, the shot from Emmy Marlett was blocked away. And Memorial forced Menomonie to reset on the baseline. Gracie Miller will look for the inbound as Menomonie begin to set it up. She lobs it up to the top of the key for Ramzos. Here Ramzos to Ramirez. Ramirez tries to drive into the right block. Bounces it back to Ramzos. Right wings. Quick pass to Omen. Jordan Omen. Looking for an option. Remember, no shot clock. They can take as long as they want. And now Omen tried to pass it to Ramirez, but that's intercepted by Fesenmeyer. And Memorial basketball. Hoyt-Tomt. Top of the key to Kling. Lydia Palmier now as Memorial trying to get a pass into the paint. Kling in the near corner. Kling spins around 2 defenders but couldn't finish off the layup. And now a rebound foul on Nora Kling. And that'll be the 4th foul on the Old Abes so far. And you've got to start to be a little bit worried about fouls. It's 4, but there's 10 minutes still left in this first half. You don't want to get up into 8, 9, 10 land in the first half. As Menomonie load up the offense. Omen loses the handle on the basketball. Raya Shaw goes up in her face, but Omen regathers. Omen. Ramirez thought about the 3. Now drives to the baseline. Back to Omen. Right in front of Brandon Fanning. Omen spins around Raya Shaw and puts in the 2. Jordan Omen. She's got 5 right now for Menomonie. McCarthy, top of the key. Menomonie's done a great job of defending the paint. Raya Shaw around to Ava Hoyt-Tomt. Hoyt-Tomt tries to drive through. Now she finds a way through and she puts it in. Able to just sneak around everybody, Ava Hoyt-Tomt, and put in the 2 points. Here's Gracie Miller. Miller bounce pass intercepted by Raya Shaw. Intended for Jordan Omen, but she got on. Now the stretch pass is tipped by Ramirez into the hands of Ramzos. So back-to-back turnovers here. Something we haven't seen a lot from Memorial are struggles on that quick pass upset. Here's a 3 by Omen, doesn't fall. And ball out on the baseline, it'll be Memorial basketball. Now, one thing we haven't really seen from the Old Apes for the majority of the season has been them getting picked off on those stretch passes. They've been very good at making the passes happen, making the plays work in transition. Menomonie has just played a great game. Here's Nora Kling. Kling into the paint, puts up a layup, no, and the rebound grab by Gracie Miller. Jordan Omen, guarded by Kling very well though. Omen trying to shake Kling, now get the screen from Barfneck. Able to switch off defender. Ramzos. Here Ramzos looking for an outlet. Needs one. Tried to pass it to Barfneck. They're going to say it tipped off the fingertips of Kling on the way out. It'll stay Menomonie basketball. Barfneck to inbound. Bounce pass nearly picked off of Omen. Now the return pass to Barfneck is tipped out, and they're going to say Memorial basketball. That one was close. It's hard to tell in real time, especially from that. I feel like that one could have gone either way. I think they give the benefit to the defender in that situation. Hoytops, a 3! Flash! Hoytop the 3, and Memorial up 18-8. They lead by a 10 margin. Here's the thing, the Old Apes tend to get into double-digit leads, and they don't seem to give them back. Omen. Ramzos, top of the key. Ramzos pivoting, now drives in on Cora Graham, and timeout taken by the Menomonie Mustangs. They did not like how things were. Correction, not a timeout. Misread an offensive violation, I should say. I misread. It looked like a timeout was being called. There was no offensive violation. Memorial ball. Hoytops to Cora Graham. Cora Graham gets tied up and has it ripped away by Jordan Omen. Omen up the floor. Rhea Shaw tries to catch her, and she does. What a hustle play by Rhea Shaw. Now Gracie Miller. Over to Barfneck. Jordan Omen, top of the key. What can she do with it? She's got 5 in the game, which is majority of the team's points. She puts up an awkward shot, it doesn't fall. Now Memorial trying to go in transition. Hoytom turns it over. Back to Omen. She's got another shot at it. Tries to go to Ramzos, and it falls to Kling. Now, not Kling. Cora Graham, she loses it. And out of all of it, Lauren Omen puts the ball in for Menomonie. Just a some awkward play there from both teams, unable to really gather the basketball. And what stinks more for Rhea Shaw, she made that great hustle play at the start of it to even keep this thing hooked. And now Katie Touton airmails her pass to Rhea Shaw. Lead feed to Lauren Ullman, and she puts in the 2. And Coach Fanning is going to use a timeout here with 6:07 left in the first half. That's not a bad timeout call there from Fanning. Just that's a situation the team's just got to reset. Kind of lost control of those last little bit. Sure, it was only 4 points, but it was a lot of turnovers in a little time, of which Menomonie had numerous chances to put it in prior to actually making it. So, Memorial out of the timeout. All you can really ask for from them is just get points on the board here in this possession. But build themselves back up their 8-point lead, and then the defensive stop. Defensive end of the ball is so important, especially against this Menomonie team It's this Menomonie team that can and will score a ton on you if you're not careful. McCarthy, Hoytomt. Back to McCarthy. Bounce past to Kling. Kling, open chance, doesn't fall. Rebound, flop on the deck for it, and it's gonna be Menomonie ball. So Menomonie basketball. After the Nora Kling foul, her second, and we'll see if she comes out, and she will. Veronica Fesenmeyer into the game. Now Memorial ever needed a defensive stop. It would be right now not to give Menomonie a chance to make this a one-possession ball game. Here's Lauren Ullman. Across to Ramzos. Here Ramzos to the top. Still looking. Now picks up the dribble and finds out. Stretch past the Barfneck, who travels trying to keep it in. It was a fling to the bottom of the baseline, and Barfneck, to the best of her abilities, kept the ball in, but traveled in the process. So Memorial ball, and I think the fact that the Old Apes only have 18 points right now would say a lot. Abby Larson to Raya Shaw, back to Larson. Larson puts up a floater and she scores. Big to get Memorial back onto the score sheet after a little bit off. Ramirez across Lauren Ullman. Here's Lauren Ullman to Barfnecht. Reese Barfnecht. She's got the space for a three, but she doesn't want to take it. Barfnecht. 1-2 passing with Emmy Marlett, and she scores it. Memorial quickly up the floor, though. Shaw pump fakes and throws to Hoytomt. Fesenmeyer into the paint. Abby Larson's pass is booted by McCarthy. Flop on the deck board, and a travel called on Menomonie as she brought the ball over. Give Memorial basketball. That's all you can really ask for. If you're Memorial, you got the basketball in your hands and a chance to put more points on the board. Shaw tries a pass into the paint, but she puts it too strong off the glass. And Jordan Ullman the rebound for the Mustangs. Ullman looking for an option. Goes in for Emmy Marlett. Marlett back up Gracie Miller. Miller tries to go in the corner, picked off by Raya Shaw. Raya Shaw quickly up the floor, passes the Hoytomt, and it goes right through her hands and out of bounds. Oh, that's one Hoytomt's gonna want back. But pass on the money, and it went right through her, out onto the baseline, giving Menomonie yet another turnover. Ullman pulls up for the jumper, and she hits the side rim. Rebound for McCarthy. Bounce to Raya Shaw. Hoytomt. Abby Larson has it tipped out. Old A ball, 3 minutes left. Mind you, this is the same Memorial team that scored 82 a couple days ago. Hoytomt to corner three. That doesn't fall. Rebound Barfnecht. Up to Jordan Ullman. A quick pass to Miller doesn't go. Rebound on the floor. Pops out to Lauren Ullman. To Emmy Marlett as Menomonie reset. Barfnecht. Bounce to Jordan Ullman. Back to Lauren Ullman. Lauren Ullman's drive in. They're going to get a foul on Fesenmeyer. Veronica Fesenmeyer bumped Lauren Ullman on that leg. Menomonie ball. And for the Old Abes, I was talking about the concerns about potential fouls about 8 minutes ago. They have mitigated those since that moment. Gracie Adams a 3. Back rim, no. Rebound for McCarthy. And a foul called as McCarthy tried to move up court. It's going to be on Lauren Ullman. So, Memorial, another chance at the inbound. They go back to McCarthy, and she'll go right back to Hoyt Thompson. That's how they'll move up the floor. Palmier to Fesenmeyer, lobbed into Abby Larson. Larson tries to find Ava McCarthy. She doesn't. Hoyt Thompson 3. That's off the side rim. Rebound squirts all the way to the far corner. Fesenmeyer on the baseline. Throw to Hoyt Thompson. She'll try it again, and that time she hits. Ava Hoyt Thompson for 3. And the Apes back up to a 9-point ball game. 23-14. Jordan Ullman. Lob to Reese Barfnecht. Barfnecht on the right block. Puts up a layup attempt, doesn't fall. Rebound grabbed by Veronica Fesenmeyer. Fesenmeyer stretch pass to Palmier. Now Abby Larson, her effort rolls around and falls. And Memorial beginning to extend their lead. They lead by 11. Few more scores and stops here from the Old Abes, especially at the start of the second half. This one could be all Old Abes. Ullman's drive doesn't go, but she's fouled. In the process of going up, it'll be on Ava Hoyt Thompson. With a minute left, this is an unusual situation for the Old Abes to be in, with them. They haven't really had the offense going for too long up until more recently, as the first free throw just fell. By all means, they've gotten it going more recently, but for the longest time, it has been offensive struggles, some missed baskets, some good looks that they aren't capitalizing on. It's just that kind of game for them. Full court press from Menomonie. Can the Old Abes break it? They cannot, as Fesenmeyer overshoots Hoyt Thompson. And Menomonie the ball after both free throws went down. Jordan Ullman as the final minute has begun. Ullman to Ramzos. Mia Ramzos. Jordan Ullman now as she travels. On the transition, Jordan Ullman commits the travel. It's Memorial basketball with 47 seconds left, and they can very easily hold it for the last shot if they want to. The inbound to Raya Shaw. Shaw. McCarthy. Lead for Hoyt Thompson. Ava Hoyt Thompson. Pounds in the paint, and she puts in 2. Hoyt Thompson the basket, and with 30 seconds left, we'll see if Menomonie are the ones to hold for the last shot. Jordan Ullman. Ullman into the paint, puts up a awkward shot, doesn't go off the glass. Offensive board, though, falls to Ullman. And on the ensuing rebound, it's going to be a foul called on Ava McCarthy. And with 17 and a half left, it's a 1-1 as Menomonie's in the bonus. So Ullman a 1-1 situation. Front end goes on through. So she's unlocked the second shot. And the second shot is up, and the second shot is good. So both shots fall with 17 and a half left. What can the Old Apes cook up? A travel is what they can. Cora Graham travels in the midcourt. and gives Menomonie one more look before halftime. The Old Apes, an abnormal amount of turnovers committed by them in this game. They've usually been very good at mitigating their own turnovers while forcing a lot on their opponent. 5 seconds left. Ball is poked out. A long range effort from Lauren Ullman's an air ball. And that's how the first half will come to an end. The Memorial Old Apes take a 27-18 lead into the halftime break. For the Old Apes, it's been simple as they just needed to capitalize on more of their chances. They've had numerous great looks in the paint that just have not fallen today. Well, we're at halftime here at the Eagles Nest. Memorial 27, Menomonie 18. Back after halftime, watching girls basketball on Old Abe TV, where it's always a great day to be an Old Abe.
great performance tonight. Good luck tomorrow at the Kona. And now, your
Gather back around, everybody. Gather back around. Second half of Memorial Girls Varsity action is about to get underway. We had some South Middle School dancers out at halftime, as well as the members of the 8th grade DeLong band are here today. During halftime, South Dance team performed and the Memorial Prom team as well. So both dance groups were out as Memorial will look to hold on to this 9-point lead in this second half, looking to remain undefeated in conference play. It's important to note how this team is even still undefeated in the conference. Their last home game a week ago today against Rice Lake ended in a epic buzzer beater finish thanks to Ava McCarthy, and that's the only reason the Old Apes are still undefeated in conference play, looking to go 6-0. For Menomonie, still looking to punch one step up and take down the current conference leaders, which would shake everything conference related up. If Memorial take an L to anyone other than Hudson or Rice Lake, it would wreak absolute havoc in the BRC race. Well, Menomonie, under the direction of a name Blue Gold Girls basketball fans might remember, Tyra Swanson, formerly Tyra Betcher, when she played with them. So people who remember the UW Eau Claire women's team from a few years ago might recognize that name. All right, here we go. Second half of Memorial Girls basketball underway. Hoyt on to Cora Graham in the near corner. Graham has it poked away, but she gets it right back. And then Reese Barfnecht knocks it out on the baseline. It'll be Memorial basketball still with a whole 12 seconds gone here in the second half. And Cora Graham's inbound is tipped right back out again. By the way, a member of my youth hockey team is in the DeLong band. He's an 8th grader. So actually one of my teammates who I believe came here just for him, as I can see them packing up right now and making their way down the stairs from right behind me, as the band you see is also making their way down. So Memorial will once again try to inbound. They get it into Ryan Shaw. And Shaw Puts up a shot. No, and the rebound scooped up by Mia Ramzos. Jordan Omen as the Mustangs move from right to left. Ramzos. Here to Emmy Marlett. Back to Ramzos. Top of the key, looking. Now to Reese Barfnecht. Jordan Omen, Memorial not letting him find a path. Jordan Omen. Work to the near side for Ramzos. Tried to bounce it underneath, and Raya Shaw's there to pick it off. Raya Shaw quickly up the floor, into the corner for Nora Kling. Kling back out to Ava Hoytomt. Drive in from Cora Graham to Kling. Kling in the paint. Euro steps her way through, couldn't put it in, but she was fouled. Couple of free throws looming for Nora Kling. Kling's only got 2 points so far in this game. The big scorer right now has been Ava Hoytomt for the Old Apes. First shot for Kling does fall. Hoytomt's got 12 here in what was the first half, and the first now minute 15 of the second. Apes now back up by 10, and Kling will make it 11 as you can barely, as the net doesn't even move as she puts it right through. Now Menomonie look to really get some points back here. Barfnecht lobs it to Omen. Omen way up off the glass. Uses the glass to finish it off. And they continue to run a hard full court press. Raya Shaw needs it, finds Hoytomt. Stretch feed to Nora Kling. Nora Kling practically defended past to Cora Graham, but she couldn't finish it. Offensive rebound by Graham doesn't fall, but she's fouled again. And a couple of free throws for Cora Graham. Kling was left wide open on that play. There was not a black Menomonie Mustang jersey in sight. And he passes off to Cora Graham, who at the time had become guarded by Mia Ramzos. And doesn't score. So Cora Graham makes one of the two. It's a 10-point ball game. Here's a side angle effort, doesn't fall from Emmy Marlett. And Old A rebound. Here's McCarthy. Cora Graham, right wing. To Shaw. She'll try a corner three, and it hits the side rim. Offensive rebound, Kling. But the contested attempt bounces around. Doesn't fall. Scramble for it. Kling comes away with it and puts in two. Nora Kling, very, very good in the paint. Something she was last year. She's brought it back this year. Her gameplay in the paint, especially on rebounds. Ava Hoytomt rejects Marlett. Now quickly up the floor. Bounce past to Kling, and she puts in two. Nora Kling's beginning to wake up on that nice dish from Raya Shaw. She's got 8 now. Now in the drive from Omen, doesn't fall, but foul on the play of the Old Apes. Looks like Cora Graham, her first of the game, as the Old Apes have put themselves up by 14. And like I said earlier, once the Old Apes put themselves up by double digits, they don't seem to fall back down into a competitive game. Once they get up to this point, it's hard to really bring them back down to earth. Right here, they usually hang around even 9 points if they get down there. Well, one basket is made, and now somebody's got to go pick up the ball for Memorial to go inbound. Katie Toussaint ran over to get it to Raya Shaw. Here's Shaw. Does it herself, puts up the layup. No. Another foul, though, committed by Menomonie, their third of the half. If Menomonie's looking for a positive so far, Jordan Ullman has been having a great game so far. She's up to 12 points in the game. and has also been dishing out nice plays all game. Shaw makes the first one. And the second shot from Shaw also goes. So she makes both. It's a 15-point Old A ball game. As Shaw will go take a seat over on the bench. Ullman will walk it up the floor. She gets guarded though by McCarthy. And then loses the hit on it. Will re-pick it up for open Ramsos, who can't finish. And the rebound is tipped out by an Old Abe in the ensuing scramble for the basketball. It'll stay Menomonie ball. Bounce pass to Marlett, doesn't fall. And the rebound gathered up for the Old Abes. Boytomp stretch past the Kling. Here comes Nora Kling. Spin around, fadeaway jumper goes. Oh, what a shot by Nora Kling there on the baseline. Spins around and then just throws the ball up and it goes on through. Ullman. Near side, Ramsos a three. That's off the front rim. And Kling with a fast break the other way. Pass to Hoytomp. Hoytomp can't quite get the ball. Offensive rebound. Kling's shot rattles out. But 2 shots looming for Nora Kling after she got whacked on the arm. It's Gracie Miller on the foul, so she's up to 3. And the Old Abes really beginning to pull away now. As Kling makes the first one. Abe's up 18 right now, and this is a big run from Memorial. It's interesting from Tyra Swanson to not opt to use the timeout yet. Her team's committed 4 fouls already in this half, and both shots are made. It's 40-21 Memorial. And this team, not quite as crazy as yesterday, but they've been great on the glass today. They did out-rebound North 44-15 in their most recent game. Now, here's a turnover by Lauren Ullman as she bounces it on the near sideline. Menomonie coming into this game having dominated a 3-11 Marshfield team, but Memorial's a different beast. And we're going to get a foul called, a blocking foul on Mariana Ramirez, the freshman. It's the 5th foul committed by the team. It's not shooting, so just the inbound under the basket. Abby Larson goes up. Nope, but 2 shots for her. That's the 6th foul committed by Menomonie already. And that's a terrible place for Menomonie to be, especially chasing this game by how much they are. They just keep sending Memorial to the line for the points. Emmy Marlett, by the way, on the foul. It's become a 20-point ball game. And what it's worth to Menomonie, this one is really beginning to get out of hand. The Old Abes have very much awakened the beast in this second half and are running away as there's another steal by Ava McCarthy. Ball poked away by Ullman. Out of bounds baseline. It'll be Memorial basketball. By the way, part of this game, we have the chance to talk a little bit to head coach of the Menomonie girls basketball team, Tyra Swanson, as we'll have a timeout taken on the floor. But yeah, because my dad worked with the Blue Goals when she was with the team, so she knows who I am. Albeit not right away. I said Derek Montesano, and she's like, "Oh, did I have you in a 6th grade class?" I've never attended a Menomonie school. Never attended a Menomonie school in my life, so I was a bit thrown off by that question, but ended up having a nice chat with her about pretty much anything, to be honest. Nice conversation to catch up with her, because she played with the Blue Gold. She's been to this town before, now coaching this Menomonie girls team that has not had a bad season this year. The downside is they haven't been able to take the extra step and be a upper conference opponent this year. So it's a 21-point Memorial lead, and they've got the basketball with 13:28 left. And this one's beginning to get out of hand for Menomonie, as the Old Aves have very much awakened the offense in the second half. Ava McCarthy's pass, though, swatted out by Emmy Marlett. But for Menomonie, that's all they can really do at this point, is just force the swats out, is just swat the ball away, not let Memorial have it. And there's another defensive play by Emmy Marlett, knocking the ball out on Raya Shaw. Once again, the ball keeps just rolling out on the far sideline, so it keeps staying with Memorial. Here's the throw into Lydia Palmier, and the Kling in the corner. She gets double teamed, needs to get rid of the ball, fights through it, and a hell ball called. It'll become Menomonie basketball. Oh, nearly just fell off the stool I was sitting on. It's not a tall stool, but nearly just slipped right out of it. Alright. Here's Jordan Ullman. She'll try left wing three. That rattles out now, and on the rebound, a foul called on Menomonie. That's the 7th foul by Menomonie, and that's going to mean we walk to the other end of the floor. Memorial's now in the bonus with that 7th foul committed by Menomonie. So it's 1-and-1 time for Memorial with still 13 minutes in this game. Kling's front end whips out no, so it doesn't really come to anything. It just forces Menomonie to go up to the other end of the floor. Lauren Ullman to Jordan Ullman. Here's Jordan Ullman. Loses the ball to Lydia Palmier. Palmier to Nora Kling. Kling rather than puts up a layup and puts in the 2. What we're seeing right now is more of the Old Aves we saw against North. Dominant defensive steals. Turn to baskets on the other end. Lauren Ullman a 3. Bounces out, and the rebound is going to stay with Menomonie. Menomonie have barely been able to put any points together here in the second half. It's been all Memorial. Here's the drive, back out Gracie Miller. Lauren Ullman to Jordan Ullman, a foul on Memorial. Non-shooting, but a foul committed, 2nd foul by the Old Aves. Ava McCarthy, the guilty party, and Menomonie a chance to reset. They inbound to the right block. Contested attempt doesn't go for Emmy Marlett. Back-to-back fouls committed by the Old Aves. They give the free throw opportunities to Emmy Marlett. Menomonie's got a chance to put some points on the board for the first time in a while. She makes the front end of the 2 shots, and Menomonie has cut it to 22 points. Memorial has now perfectly doubled their score. Second shot rattles around the rim and goes on down. Here's Raya Shaw. Hoy Toms to Veronica Fesenmeyer. Across the Shaw as they switch the court. And Raya Shaw, offensive foul. Charged on the play. Tried to draw contact, but she charges. And Menomonie basketball. Still, though, trailing by 19. A huge hole they got to crawl out of. It's not help that Memorial's in the bonus. Any foul now committed by Menomonie will send Memorial to the line. Here's Ramirez. Marlett. Lauren Ullman. Ullman spins around her defender and lays it in for two. And now Menomonie's beginning to get their offense going again. Fesenmeyer. Down to Kling. Kling puts up a contested shot too short off the side rim. And quickly up the floor, Jordan Ullman bounce to Laura, but saved off the line by her. And Ramirez travels right after. It'll be Old Abe basketball with 11 minutes still to play. There's plenty of, with 11 minutes left, you got plenty of time on the clock. You're not trying to milk clock yet if you're the Old Abes. Although it wouldn't hurt to have a lot of time bleed off. Fesenmeyer to Shaw as they cycle it over. Hoytomt kicks it to Kling. Kling sneaks by one defender as an open layup for two. Nora Kling extends the lead. And it's 46 points for the Old Abes. Memorial have already matched the amount they put up in the first half. There's still 10 minutes to play. Back up. Here comes Jordan Ullman. She charges up for the attack. No. But a foul called on the Old Abes on the drive. It looks like it's going to be on Fesenmeyer, and it is Veronica Fesenmeyer. The foul. It'll be 2 shots, and both teams getting very high in the shooting, in the foul numbers. Menomonie's got 7, and Memorial has 5. First shot from Ullman's off the front rim. Now the question is, does she take anything from the 2 shots Memorial gave her? Once the first one misses, that's always the first thought. Is she able to get anything out of this? The answer is yes, she does get 1 out of it. It's still a 20-point lead for the Old Abes. Abby Larson around to Hoytomt. Bounce feed to Kling. Kling over everyone. She nails it. Nora Kling the deuce. And the lead back up to 22. Here's Reese Barfnecht to Emmy Marl at a 3. Rattles out. No, a bit unlucky for her. Nora Kling up to Ava Hoytomt on the fast break. She can't get it to roll over the rim. Now quickly the other way. Gracie Miller into the corner. Lauren Ullman pulls up for the jumper. That lips out. And Raya Shaw the rebound. Stretch pass to Hoytomt. She'll try a 3. And she splashes it. Ava Hoytomt the 3. And the Old Abes running away with it now. Up 51 to 26. Menomonie. Well, Menomonie's going to need a ton of scores and a ton of stops for the remainder of these 9 minutes. But it's all Old Abes. Here is Jordan Ullman over to Reese Barfnecht. Gracie Miller underneath Jordan Ullman, open for 2. And timeout called. And timeout taken by Menomonie. 8:43 left here in this second half. And for the Old Abes, it has been their two-headed monster once again. High-scoring offense and lockdown defense the two-headed monster they play. The full court press works. All the steals, their quick play in transition. It works so well for them. It's so hard for teams like Menomonie to find a way to limit it, which is what Menomonie was able to do in the first half, but it's hard to continue it through a full game, and Memorial has taken advantage of it, up now by a big margin. At the current rate this game is going, it's only 8:21 right now. This game has been moving at a good pace. This game actually started a little bit behind schedule, started about 7:20. So the teams have only been really playing for about an hour. Still, don't get me wrong, still 8:45 left. But if Menomonie's going to want to come back in this game, they're going to need a stop here, and then they're going to need points for pretty much every single possession from here on out. Palmier. Pass to Katie Tuton, and Katie Tuton lays it up and in. More Memorial. Now Marlett to Lauren Ullman. Jordan Ullman under duress, sneaks through and puts it the way up. Some quick scores for both teams as the full court press continues to get more and more aggressive. They've left Cora Graham all alone. Cora Graham, and easy too. Wide open. Cora Graham as the team just got very aggressive to Menomonie on that full court press. Forgot about Cora Graham. Lauren Ullman to Emmy Marlett. Back to Lauren Ullman. Jordan Ullman left block. Spins out, tries to feed it to Barf. That couldn't get a clean handle on it. Gets it though. Gracie Miller. Miller tries through, gets the and one. Gracie Miller, the hoop in the arm. And she'll go to the line to shoot one. As Memorial will bring back in Nora Kling and Raya Shaw. And this, Nora Kling, by all means, has very much woken up in this second half on the scoring front as the three-point play is failed by Miller. Kling, Cora Graham. I got a thing on Kling here in a moment. Ava McCarthy drives into the paint, throws it to Kling. A three on the way, lips out, no. Rebound scrambled for between McCarthy and Emmy Marlett. And we'll see who they give this to. It'll be Memorial ball. So Memorial will hang on. Nora Kling has 18 points now in this game. Here's Kling again, tries to go up, but she has it ripped away from her. And Memorial will just get another crack at it, as it will stay their ball. Here's the inbound to Shaw. Blaze it up and in off the glass. Rhea Shaw's got 6. And Memorial continuing their relentless offense in this second half. Step back from Lauren Ullman, and she's blasted it down. Memorial score 2. Menomonie respond with 3. That's all you can ask for from them right now. Rhea Shaw. Ava Hoyt, Memorial more than content to take some time off the clock. Ava McCarthy at quarter 3. That's off the side rim. And the rebound gathered quickly up the floor. Jordan Ullman to Lauren Ullman. And he scores 2. It's still a 20-point ball game, but Menomonie's beginning to build a little bit of momentum here. Nora Kling loses the handle. Regathers though. Loses it again. Gets it back. Now around to Ava Hoytompt. What can Hoytompt do? Passes to Shaw in the paint. Gets held together and a held ball situation. Held ball called. It'll be Menomonie basketball. As that continues to get a rise out of the Menomonie support that made the 30-minute trip over here to Eau Claire. Jordan Omen to Reese Barf next. Has it ripped away from her, and Nora Kling up the floor. Kling with speed. Kling goes over the layup, too short. Off the side rim. Now Gracie Miller for Menomonie. Drop to Jordan Omen. Omen bumped from behind by Rhea Shaw. For Rhea Shaw, that is her third of the game. And the 7th team foul. So that will send Jordan Omen to the line to shoot the 1-and-1. Omen's got 17 points in the game. In fact, the Omen sisters have 28 combined points. And Fanning will opt to use his timeout. We'll take one with him. 5:47 left in the second half. Memorial lead 57-38. So coming out of the timeout, Memorial lead by 19 with 5:47 left here in this game. For the longest time, it had been really all Memorial. Memorial had run away. They were up by 24. Menomonies built a little bit of momentum here. There was a second free throw still looming for Jordan Omen, as she'll look to cut it to an 18-point ball game, which by all means is still a very deep hole for Menomonie to try to crawl out of. They've kind of buried themselves during the start of the second half, and it's going to be practically impossible for them to come back in this game. 5:47 left. The Abes, all they got to do is really break this full court press. Cora Graham under duress though. Needs to get away to Nora Kling. Fight for the ball, and Kling comes away with it. Kling tries to get to McCarthy, but she's fouled. And they're going to get Jordan Omen on the foul. That'll be her first, 8th for Menomonie. Once again, another situation where a team gets a lot of fouls early and then mitigate them for a long period of time, except this one more extreme. It's Kling to shoot, and if she makes this next one, she'll have 20 points in the ball game, of which most of them have come here in the second half. She does not, though, as she hits the back rim. Gets her own rebound, though. Ava McCarthy, a 3. That's off the side rim. Rebound, top to the air. Kling gets it again, and then tipped out by Amy Martlett on the far sideline. It shall stay Memorial basketball. So Kling's got 19, Hoy Thomp's got 15. That's been the story of the big scores today. Cora Graham to Rhea Shaw. Shaw puts up a layup attempt over the hoop. And on the ensuing rebound, foul called on Memorial. See who they're going to get on this. They are going to get Cora Graham on the rebound, a whack on the arm. And another chance for Menomonie at the line with the 1-and-1. Lauren Omen. First shot off the back heel. Rebound scramble for, picked up by Emmy Marlowe. Feeds it underneath to Ramirez. Ramirez back outside. Lauren Omen, a 3. Swished. Lauren Omen, the big 3-pointer. And here come Menomonie. Now here's Hoytompt though. She can't connect. And Menomonie's got a chance to really make a ball game of this if this continues. Emmy Marlett to Ramirez. Ariana Ramirez gives it away to Raya Shaw. Raya Shaw will hesitate and take her time. Shaw. Hand off to Cora Graham. Graham. Ava Hoytompt to 3. That's off the rim. Offensive rebound squirts out to McCarthy. McCarthy to Kling for 3. That's off the side rim. And up for it is Jordan Ullman. Here's Lauren Ullman. Spins on a defender and draws the foul. Another 1-and-1 for Menomonie. And that's the 9th foul on Memorial. So Memorial were up 7-1 in the fouls. Have since been outfouled 8-1 and have potentially given Menomonie the double bonus. Second shot is up and rebound Nora Kling. Kling for Memorial. Sprints the floor, pass to Shaw. Doesn't get the friendly roll, but she does get the foul. This one will be 2 shots for the shooting foul. Now one more foul from either team will put the other in the double bonus. As Raya Shaw makes the first one. Once again, the Old Apes holding opponents to roughly 45 points per game. This one is no exception. held Menomonie to 43 so far, and if it weren't for some bursts where the team just scores a ton, this game could very easily have still been in the 30s for Menomonie. Lauren Ullman cuts through the paint, open passage, and she scores it. All right, 15-point ball game. Here's Ava Hoytompt. Breaks it to Rhea Shaw. Shaw into the corner for Addie Larson. Around to Katie Toutant. Rhea Shaw now. What can Shaw do? Taking her time. Now down to 3 minutes. Katie Toutant. Now Nora Kling. Addie Larson across to Rhea Shaw. Memorial more than okay to take their sweet time setting up. Shaw finds a path. Drives in the paint. Throws it back out. Hoytompt to 3. Rattles around and doesn't go. Unlucky there for the Old Ape. Now Gracie Miller up the floor. Puts it too strong off the glass. Hoytompt baseball throws it ahead to Kling. Kling goes under defender and she gets the and one. Nora Kling, she was so great at that last year. She does it again. They drive into the paint, draw the contact, and still get the basket till fall. 21-point game for Nora Kling. Another excellent showing. She cannot complete the three-point play though, as Emmy Marlett will take the ball for Menomonie. Marlett surveys, spins around, gets guarded by Hoytompt. Now into the paint, Ramsos gets a bit unlucky. That one lipped around the rim. The Menomonie support underneath us thought that one was going to fall. Instead, it rolled all the way around, almost like a cruel joke to them, and then falls out. It is still 2 shots, though. And the first one goes for Ramsos. Both teams now in the double bonus, Any fouls committed now will automatically result in 2 shots for either team. Ramsos makes them both. All right, 2:14 left. And it's 62-47 Old Abe's. Ball picked off in the back for Gracie Miller. She has it intercepted by Shaw. 2 minutes left now. Here comes Shaw. To Kling. Nora Kling back to Ryo Shaw. Around the horn. Ava McCarthy. Not McCarthy. Ava Hoytom to 3. And it lipped out. And Hoytom tried to poke it away. And then she pushes Emmy Marlett. That'll be 2 shots. Ava Hoytom. Now that's her 3rd. She's not the one in the most foul trouble out there. That would be Ava McCarthy, who has 4. First shot does not go for Emmy Marlett. But she does have a second chance, though. Second one is up, and the second one is good. Abe's up big, though. Still up 14. Over to Nora Kling with 90 seconds left. Hoytom, top of the key. Under duress, finds Addie Larson. To Nora Kling. Kling finds a passage, throws it into the corner for Hoytom. Now here, around the bend to Rhea Shaw. Shaw tried to keep it in, but she's fouled as she tried to throw it out to Ava Hoytom. Foul on Emmy Marlett. Her 3rd. 2 shots looming for her. First shot off the front rim and out. And Menomonie will use the timeout. As far as the Old Abe's are concerned right now, they're well on their way to remaining undefeated in conference play. Well, most likely, barring a crazy Menomonie comeback of 14 points in a minute, they will improve to 9-3, 6-0 in conference play. Whereas for Menomonie, they will, at the conclusion of this one, fall to 8-5, 3-4 in the BRC. Memorial, they played their game. They ran the full court press all game long. They forced turnovers. They played great in transition. They just played their game, and it worked out for them. They didn't drop down to Menomonie's level. They stayed to their play style, and it worked out for them. Rhea Shaw makes the second shot. And it's 63-48. Here's Lauren Ullman a 3. And she's going to get an and 1 on top of it. Hold on. Yeah, they're going to give. It's going to be a 4-point play. Hold on. They called the foul here on Emmy. They're going to call a foul on Emmy Marlett. The basket is good, but a foul behind the play sends Nora Kling to the line. I feel like credit's got to go to the Ullman sisters today for Menomonie. 20 and 19 points respectively, 20 for Lauren and 19 for Jordan today. They've been very dominant. 39 of the 51 points have come from someone with the last name Ullman. Both of them fall, and we've entered the final minute of this game. Ball tipped in the air, picked up by Hoytom. Stretch pass to Kling, guarded by Ramsos, able to get it over her and put it in. And it's 67-51. Now quickly, Jordan Ullman can't get it to go. Kling spinning around, gets it to Hoytomt. Ava Hoytomt has it poked away from her and then slips and takes out the Jordan Ullman moving forward. There's 31 seconds left. But they will give Ava Hoytomt her 4th foul. A lot of foul trouble out on the court, but with 31 seconds left, that's not something you're super concerned about if you're either coach. It's 16-point ball game. These free throws are more likely for statistical purposes, and the culmination of this ball game, as Jordan Ullman is going to come out of this game. She took an awkward fall after Ava Hoytomt took her down. So Memorial will bring in we see Delaney Clark making her way in. Clark will play the final 31 seconds. Fesenmeyer in there, Palmier is there, Cora Graham, and Ava Hoytomt for the Abes. First shot from Ramirez, who is taking the shots for Jordan Ullman. Makes the first one. And the second shot is up. It's off the front rim. Rebound gathered by Fesenmeyer. Over to Clark. Back to Fesenmeyer. Around to Palmier. 20 seconds left. Hoytomt. To Cora Graham. Graham tries to go inside for Clark. Clark picks it up though. 10 seconds left. Palmier passes to no one. And a double dribble called on Palmier. 9.3 seconds left in this game. We'll see if Menomonie kick up one more shot. Here we go, the culmination of this. While ball inbounded to Gracie Miller. Down to 5 seconds left. It looks like they're going to try for one more. Miller under trouble. Gets it outside. Ramirez puts up one at the buzzer. It's off the front rim. And that will do it. The Memorial Old Abes win this one by a final score of 67-52. They played their game. They won in the transition. They forced the turnovers in the second half. And they came through when it matters. Final score, Old Abes 67, Menomonie 52. Well, that'll do it for our coverage of Memorial Girls Basketball. So on behalf of everybody that made this broadcast possible, I'm Derek Montesano reminding you it's always a great day to be an Old Abe.